Hello everyone, your girl Tay here, and I'm bringing you another Let's Talk Wild podcast episode. Today is October 12th, 2023, and this is episode 45. Animal pronouns. How do you identify? The world is changing, and that means more pronouns for us to keep up with. He, she, they, them, and now trans species. For this episode, I'll discuss individuals who don't identify as human, but as trans species. Furries, otherkin, or therians, and how they identify emotionally, spiritually, and physically when going through their transition and body modifications. But before we get into that, make sure you guys follow and subscribe to the podcast on all podcasting and social media platforms. Sign up to become a podcast member. You could go to my podcast website on Buzzsprout to sign up. I'll have the link in the description box. Also, head to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and check out the videos over there once you're done listening over here. You guys already know the drill. Now, let's talk wild. I hope everyone had a great week last week. I took last week off, but it was stressful. Oh my goodness. But I'm back in the full swing of podcasting, and it actually has relieved my stress. I feel so much better. I just love doing this, love talking to you guys about animals and all of this good stuff. So shout out to everyone that is listening on all podcasting platforms and watching on YouTube. Shout out to the Wild Talkers, okay, my monthly subscription members. I appreciate the support. Now, let's really talk wild. Let's get into it, okay? The pronoun debate. Everyone has something to say, and I have some things to say as well. Listen, if you want to be called whatever you want, okay? They, them, whatever. I don't care. The lines are still a little blurred for me, but I don't have a problem with calling you something that you want to be called. I think people should choose their battles wisely. This is one of those things that shouldn't be an issue. Like if somebody wants to be called them or they because they don't identify as a male or female, what's the issue? You're just saying they or them, just like you would just say her or she. You can say they or them. It's not that big of a deal. Like I said, if that's how you want to be identified and you're not, hurting anyone, hurting my family, hurting other people's families, you're not doing anything wrong by saying, hey, I just want to be called this. But to the people out there that have an issue with addressing someone how they want to be addressed, you're going to be even more mad because now we have more pronouns, okay? And we have trans species. They identify as being animals or another species, but not humans. They've been seen, barking in the streets of Germany, protesting for trans species rights, dressed up in their best dog masks, muzzles. They spend a little coin on them dog masks and muzzles and harnesses and stuff, good quality. And then, they might get a custom pattern printed and made. Honey, that stuff costs a coin. So they identify as a dog, okay? They gonna spend that money on that dog mask and those muzzles. Now, the trans species philosophy is based on the concept that animals are similar to humans emotionally, cognitively, and socially. And that's all right for some, but that's not enough for others. And that's when the body changes come into play. But before we get into the body modifications, I just want to say that the lines are a little blurred when, people identify as animals or individuals identify as animals. Like I'll still say, okay, if that person, I gotta get out of saying person. If that individual wants to be addressed as a dog, I don't have a problem calling you a dog because that's how you identify. But like I said, the lines are blurred here for me because I always complain about how species of animals are named with names that don't actually represent them. Like the koala bears, who are not bears, but marsupials, and the horseshoe crabs that aren't crabs, but are relatives of spiders and scorpions. But it's different when the person, actually changes their body and lives their everyday lives like the animals that they identify as. The body modification is one of the most serious ways to change your life when it comes to how you identify. Going through multiple surgeries and procedures to be able to physically see what you feel in the inside. You want to see that on the outside. It's serious. It's serious business. And it takes serious cash, okay? People have to have the coin to, do these things with their bodies. And some of those who do go through these changes identify as being animals or trans species, and others just love the aesthetic and it's just a part of their profession because most of these people are freak show and sideshow performers. We've had leopard man, cat man, tiger lady, lizard man, the dragon lady. So many people have dedicated their lives to their art and careers. But I hope you identify as a wild talker and have signed up to support the podcast. You can go to my podcast website on Buzzsprout to sign up to be a Let's Talk Wild subscription member. I'll have the link in the description box. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Let's Talk Wild YouTube channel and follow on all podcasting and social media platforms. Now, let's climb back into the show. Cue the animals. People who don't go through any body modification changes but identify as animals spiritually, they'll take the fake cat ears, put them on their heads, eat a can of tuna, and lick themselves because that's how they truly feel inside, okay? Or they howl at the moon and identify as a wolf. They don't care about the look as much because it's more about being spiritually connected. Feeling more spiritually connected. And like I said, they might not have the coin to actually do the surgeries and stuff. So they'll throw on the little fake cat ears and all of that stuff. And that can get, mixed up because then people are saying, are you a fairy? Are you a person that, dresses up as an animal character in a costume? Like, the furry fandom, the furry peeps. I've heard some stories about them, okay? Literally being dressed up as a rabbit and acting like one too, okay? Hop, 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 okay? But not hopping where you need to belong. You hopping on something else, if you know what I mean. But they don't necessarily feel like they are animals outside of the cosplay. It's like a legit lifestyle. And, they have to keep it up, with their costumes, like the maintenance, making sure they're looking good, unless that's the, aesthetic that they're giving off. The furry outfit consists of you being dirty and mangy, and, that's okay if that's what you want because animals aren't always nice and clean, so it's a lot. Everything is just so on the cusp. Everything is so blurred when it comes to this. Now we have otherkin and therians. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Now the otherkin are individuals who identify as not being completely human, but are a mythical or fantasy-based creation, And therians are individuals who identify as being a species of non-human animal. So an animal born into a human body, maybe reincarnated, possession. Ooh, did a witch put a spell on you? And now you're a mythical creation. You're a mythical creature now. She put a spell on you. She put a hex on you. It is October, spooky season. Ooh. But that's like so cool that some people like really believe that, It's so many different ways and forms of entering this world or worlds, plural. I'm going to give my closing remarks. We're going to wrap this up. Quick little podcast episode, Live your life by all means. However, identifying as an animal can cause some issues. If you identify as a bear, baby, you might not be able to eat at this restaurant. They have a no animal policy. Okay, no animals allowed policy unless you are a legit service animal. Okay, you're gonna have to get like the Disney movie, The Lady and the Tramp, and share a plate of spaghetti in the alley behind the establishment. Okay, it's not a game. It's not a game. You identify as an animal, I don't want you screaming it's discrimination, honey, because they said it's a no animal allowed policy. So if you identify as a wolf, you can't come up in this spot. I'm sorry. I don't want anyone to say that when they identify as an animal. I don't want to hear anyone or any animal scream discrimination. No, can't do that. Can't play the discrimination card. I know y'all want rights and stuff like that, but if you really identify as a animal, that's something you can't complain about. Now, the smart thing a person would do is actually, open up an establishment for you guys. Y'all could come in there with y'all animal muzzles, your leashes, your fur, all of that stuff. Okay? And, I know y'all gonna have some type of restrictions. Wherever the locations where y'all are, they're gonna be like, listen, these people can't be peeing on a fire hydrant. Okay? They have to use the bathroom now. Like, we gotta reel it in a little bit. We gonna let y'all come in here and eat y'all food on the floor off the bowl, unless you wanna, be fancy and sit in a chair like an animal and eat at the table. However you want it. That would be nice, like somebody from the actual trans-species community, like open, establishments for them. So, like I said, I don't want to hear no discrimination when you can't eat at the restaurant because you don't identify as a human, okay? You identify as a wolf, a bear, everything but a human. It's like, do you identify as a human to accommodate certain aspects of your life, or is just you are what you are regardless of any situation or circumstance? It can get messy AF, and like I said, the lines can be blurred in situations like this. But you guys let me know how you feel about today's topic, animal pronouns. How do you identify? Leave a comment on the Let's Talk Wild Instagram page and YouTube channel. Make sure you guys follow and subscribe to the pod on all podcasting and social media platforms. Don't forget that you can now support by joining the monthly membership subscription. You could go to my podcast website on Buzzsprout to sign up. I'll have the link in the description box. Love yourself, one another, your pets, the animals, the trans species, the furries, the otherkins, and therians. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.